field, and hitting in the 9 spot, number 26, Cade Franson. And being DH for this game, number 24, Dylan Wadahamaji.
And the starters for the home team, Canyon View Falcons, leading it off as the center fielder, number 5, Trenton Bubba Ludlow. Hitting in the 2-hole, the shortstop, number 1, Asher Slack. Batting third, the catcher, number 19, Cameron Calvez. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman, number 13, Brady Anderson. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 11, Zach Main. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 3, Zach Millett. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 4, Chandler McClellan. Hitting in the 8th spot for the Falcons is the designated hitter, number 10, Price Atwood. Running out the batting order is the third baseman, number 6, Jaron Bradshaw. And the pitcher today being DH for is number 20, Jackson Jensen for the Falcons. And again, he faces the top of the Union order to start today's game. Peyton Marks, Gannon Labrum, and P.J. Hancock. If they get to the fourth batter, the cleanup hitter is Gavin Roberts. Jensen, right-handed pitcher, working out of the windup. Already down 2-0 to Marks, who hits from the left side. 2-0 delivery. That one's must have just been low for ball.
Must have been low, yeah. I thought he was going back to call that for a strike, but must have missed on the lower part of the zone.
So a 3-0 count for Marks. Jensen out of the windup. 3-0 pitch. That one's in there for a called strike one as Marks tosses the bat. Was ready to head to first for the walk, but he'll have to come back.
Come back and hit, but already he's seen, 4 pitches in this at bat and shown a lot of patience. These Union Cougars are going to make Canyon View pitch to him.
3-1 on the outside half for a called strike two and a full count.
Looks like he's going to shorten up a little bit on the bat.
3-2 payoff pitch swung on and fouled back to the screen.
Crowd's already getting into it today, Robert. You got a big Union crowd here and a pretty decent-sized Canyon View crowd.
Next pitch swung on, slow ground ball to the right side. Anderson at first fields it, steps on the bag for out number 1. So a ground out to first for the first out of the inning. Yeah, good crowd coming in today. We'd like to see that. And, of course, you look at Jackson Jensen here on the mound, 2.77 ERA. All he does is pitch for this Canyon View team. And he's been great at it. Over 48 innings now. Pitched on the year, 5-3 record. Again, sub-3 ERA. First pitch, swing and a miss for Gannon Labrum for strike one. But had a great season this year as the quarterback for the Canyon View Falcons as well. In the fall.
Yeah, oh yeah, he did. He was, good for Canyon View.
0-1 pitch. Misses in the turf for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike.
After going down 3-1 to the first hitter, he comes back and gets induced the ground ball out and throws he's got a 1-1 count to Labrum.
Curveball. That was going to drop off low for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Talking about quarterbacks, another quarterback he's facing here in Gannon Labrum.
Yeah, a couple good athletes right here facing each other.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on base. The 2-1. Labrum thought about it, held off, and watches ball 3 go by high for a 3-1 hitter's count. Defense playing Labrum pretty well straight up. There's the 3-1 pitch. He's going to miss high and away for ball 4, so Labrum will draw the 1-out base on balls. He heads to first, and we've been talking about it all week, and you heard the coaches talk about it prior to this game. Those freebies, walks, hit by pitch, the pitches, they are going to be a factor. They were a big factor last night, and there's the first one issued by Canyon View to Union.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to think Coach Labrum just told his kids, hey, stay patient in there and make them come at you. Don't be giving them anything.
First pitch now to P.J. Hancock, who moves back up in the order to number 3 in the lineup. Big swing and a miss there for strike 1. Again, we saw Coach Labrum shuffle his lineup a little bit. He shuffled it again going from last night to tonight. Trying to find that right magic. Labrum, 2.5-step lead. 0-1 pitch on the outside half. Strike 2 to Hancock.
Yeah, good pitch right there on the outside part of the plate.
So an 0-2 count. The 0-2 delivery. That one's going to miss low and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Jensen maybe just thinking, hey, just get that ball a little bit further off the plate, see if you can't get him to chase for a strikeout, but that was just a little too far outside to get Hancock to chase.
Labrum about a 3-step lead as he extends it. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Hancock tried to hold up, couldn't do it. He'll go down swinging for the second out of the inning and first strikeout of the game for Jackson Jensen.
Yeah, good pitch right there by Jensen. He'd been working that outside part of the plate. He brought that back in, but it was still off the plate enough that was kind of untouchable, and Hancock couldn't lay off it.
So that'll bring Gavin Roberts to the plate now for the Cougars. He stands in on the right side. First pitch on the outside half, strike one.
Jensen's he's found that outside part of the plate and doing a good job painting that corner.
Labrum, 2-step lead, 2.5-step lead. 0-1 pitch. Thought about it, held off. Watches ball one sweep low and away for a 1-1 count.
But now Labrum, he's getting as big as lead as we've seen maybe this whole tournament.
Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jensen checks Labrum. Steps back toward the bag. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Big hard cut right there by Roberts, who's been really a hot bat for the Union Cougars.
Hitting in that cleanup spot here the later half of the week. 1-2. Labrum takes off on the pitch. Going to miss outside. Throw to second is in time. What a throw from Calvez for the 3rd out of the inning as Labrum is caught stealing for out number 3. And the Falcons or the Cougars get a runner on, but they do not score. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base through 1/2 inning of play. It is Union 0, Canyon View 0 on TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
Embark on your journey to radiant skin with Sam Pete Skin Bar. Whether you are looking to address specific skin concerns, kickstart your skincare routine, or simply indulge in relaxation, we've got you covered. Facials, microneedling, seasonal chemical peels, and more. Located at 210 West Main Street in Mount Pleasant, Utah. Visit our website at sampeteskinbar.com or call or text 435-314-6024 to book your appointment today.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit ipautah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
To the bottom of the first inning we go here at the 3A Baseball State Championship Series, with Union leading the series 1-0. And it's no score as we go to the bottom of the first inning here of Game 2. And it'll be the top of the Canyon View order. Trenton, Bubba Ludlow, Asher Slack, and Cameron Calvez will come to the plate this inning for the Falcons. If they get to the 4th batter, that is the cleanup hitter, Brady Anderson. And they'll face the freshman, Dylan Wadahajmi. Wadahamaji. There we go. Knew it sounded wrong, Corey, but I got it right that time. So we saw him on Wednesday against Juab, and he was fantastic.
Yeah, he's a good-sized kid for a freshman out there. Looks very mature for his age.
First pitch, called strike 1 to Ludlow.
That's what you want to see. You want to get ahead of the batter and put pressure on the hitter.
Prefers to work from the stretch. The 0-1 pitch, swung on. Off the handle, flies it to the right side, foul for strike 2. The way Ludlow swings at those inside pitches, we saw him do it last night, and one that we thought was going to hit him. He's able to slide the hands through there, kind of slide back as he does it.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy when he got the barrel on that ball.
There's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, line drive up the middle, knocked down on the diving stop off the hop by Marks, but safe at first is Ludlow with a leadoff single for the Falcons.
good job by Marks to knock that down, but that ball just hit too hard to his right. But he gave the best effort he could and kept that on the infield. But Ludlow is at first base with a single and the first run of the game for Canyon View.
So that'll bring Asher Slack to the plate. He stands in on the right side. Ludlow with a 2.5 step lead. First pitch to Slack, swung on, high fly ball to center field. Labrum is there, and he will reel it in for out number 1. So an F8 for Slack, flat to center field for the first out of the inning.
It's pretty amazing as you listen to Coach Jakesman talk about Asher Slack, how well he's playing. He hasn't been playing since March.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's been big this week.
Yeah, he's been really big.
So it'll bring Cameron Calvez to the plate for the Falcons. He stands in on the right side. And if you want to see a hard swing, this is the guy to watch. Ludlow 2.5 step lead at first. First pitch in the turf, blocked by Rich, but Ludlow took off as soon as he saw it hit the ground and easily takes second base.
Yeah, and there you got the go-ahead run at second base in scoring position.
Ball 1 to Calvez. Again, Ludlow takes a lead. He'll square to bunt. Does Calvez. Pops it on the first base side. Hamaji off the base, off the mound. Flips it to first in time for out number 2. Ludlow does move to third on the play.
I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a team player right there. You've got your biggest hitter up at the plate, leads the team in home runs, and he lays down a great bunt to move Ludlow to third base and get 90 feet closer. Anything on a pass ball, now you've got the lead.
Brings Brady Anderson to the plate for the Falcons. He stands in on the left side. First pitch from Watahamaji. Ground ball foul to the third base side for strike 1.
Last night, Anderson, he hit everything to the first baseman last night. He's going to try going the other way today.
There's a lot of superstitions in baseball. And there's a few of them going on the Union side right now we'll talk about here shortly. 0-1 count. Watahamaji comes set. The 0-1 to Anderson. On the outside edge, strike 2.
A lot of superstitions and a lot of dyed blonde hair in baseball.
Yes. 0-2 count. 2 outs, runner on third for Canyon View here in the bottom of the first inning. No score. Ground ball to the right side. Marks at second, fields it. Throw to first is in time for the 4-3 ground out and the third out of the inning as the Falcons threaten, but they do not score. No runs on 1 hit, no errors committed by the Cougars, and 1 runner left on base through 1 inning of play. It is Union 0, Canyon View 0 on TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and at KSL Sports.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit ipautah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded in 1982 with a simple mission: to shape the quality of life where we live, work, and play. We are proud to serve by providing clean water, increasing access to nature and recreation, protecting homes from flooding, designing safe wastewater systems, and connecting our communities. It is our goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
All right, let's talk Union superstitions as we're back here at Salt Lake Community College. We've been with Union all 6 days, Corey and I here at the state tournament, and so we've gotten to visit with a few of the fans. The father of Cade and Camden Franson He's sitting in the same seat he has been. In fact, I asked him, when I came in this morning, I said, hey, you were sitting in seat 4 yesterday. And he said, no, I was in 8. I was right here in 8. So he knew where he was at. I tried to throw him off. He didn't do it. So they've been sitting in the same seats when they get here. You know, they're not moving from where they were as it's been for the last several days. So that's one of the superstitions we've seen from them. And first pitch swinging is Gavin Roberts off the hill of the glove of Bradshaw. Right to Slack. Throw to first is in time. The 5-6-3 put out for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, what a play right there. Slack comes up. That ball comes hard off the glove of the third baseman. Who was that? Jaron Bradshaw. And Slack picks it up and just throws a rocket over there to first base to get that out. Great play.
So the 4, 5, and 6 batters this inning for the Cougars. We just saw Roberts, now Tyson Marks, then Xander Nilsson. If they get to the 4th batter, that'll be Camden Franson. First pitch to Marks on the outside half, strike 1. So the other one, Coach Labram let me know, it might even be Caden Camden Franson's dad. I'm not sure if it was him or not, but here's the 0-1 pitch first on the outside edge, strike 2. Been eating Bahama Mama every day.
The Bahama Mama, huh? From
apparently he told Coach Labram that he might need to do a cleanse when the week's over. But
that's a lot of Bahama Mamas, yeah.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Marks will go down swinging for the second out of the inning and second strikeout of the game for Jackson Jensen.
Tell you what, that's 3 good pitches right there by Jensen, but, man, if that last play doesn't pump you up as a pitcher, knowing that your defense is standing behind you, I don't know what does.
That's right. Xander Nilsson stands on the right side. First pitch swinging, high pop-up in the infield. Jensen right on the mound will be called off by Slack, and Slack will make the play for out number 3 at P6 for Nilsson. Pop up with the shortstop for the 3rd out of the inning. A 5-pitch inning for Jackson Jensen as he sits down the Cougars in order. 1, 2, 3 they go. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base through 1.5 innings of play. Union 0, Kenyaview 0 on TeamHive.live, KSL Sports, and V6 Media.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now.
Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
To the bottom of the second inning we go here at Salt Lake Community College with the Union Cougars and Canyonview Falcons all knotted up at 0. Second chance now for Canyonview. They bring the 5, 6, and 7 batters to the plate. Zach Main, Zach Millett, and Chandler McClellan. If they get to the 4th batter of the inning, that'll be Price Atwood. Dylan Wadahamaji on the mound for Union. First pitch, just a bit low, ball 1.
We got a great camera view right here of the pitcher and batter, so appreciate all the work of our camera guys.
Swing and a miss there for Zach Main, strike 1. Yeah, Adam Coombs been doing it all week up here. Had Joe Williams some as well. 1-1 count now to Main. He steps back in. There's the 1-1 from Wadahamaji. Swung on, slow ground ball, chopped foul to the left side for strike 2.
Wadahamaji, he just has a lot of poise out there for a freshman pitcher. He's just gets the ball and throws it, no big deal. Doesn't act like he has any pressure on him.
1-2 count. Next pitch is swung on. High pop up to the right side in foul territory. Tyson Marks coming over and in and makes the play for out number 1. A P3 for Maine. Pop up to the first baseman for the first out of the inning.
both these pitchers doing a good job getting some of these hitters to get underneath balls and lazy pop flies, and so that's exactly what their coaches want them to do. Keep their pitch count low and see if they can take them deep in the game.
Brings Zach Millett to the plate. He stands in on the right side. First pitch from Wattahomagie. Breaking ball. Misses up and away, ball one. There's the 1-0 pitch, swung on and fouled back out of play to 90th South for strike one and a 1-1 count.
Yeah, that one might have got a car. There were some cars coming that way as that ball was going over the fence.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on base here in the bottom of the second. No score. 1-1 pitch is fouled back to the screen, strike 2. To Millett. Playing Millett to pole is Hancock at short. Next pitch, swinging and foul tip as he stays alive in the at-bat.
Can have a little discussion right here between pitcher and catcher. May got a little bit crossed up on their signs.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Again, base is empty. You've got Hancock at shortstop playing into that 5-6 hole. They've moved Marks up almost to second base. So playing Millett to pole. Next pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen as Millett continues to battle.
Yeah, got a pretty good shift on right there in the infield. And you got Labrum who's shifted out into the left field side of left center field, left side of the bag.
So the count remains 1-2. Pitch from Wattahomagie. Swung on, hard ground ball, foul just past Coach Jacobson as he battles again.
And that's why they're pulled over right now, right there.
So count remains 1-2. This is the second game of the 3A Baseball State Championship Best of 3 series. Union leads the series 1-0. The 1-2 delivery to Millett. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. 4 foul balls since the 2-strike count for Millett. 7 pitches already in this at bat with just 1 ball.
Great at bat right here by Millett. I mean, it's a 1-2 count, but 7 pitches. It's a good at bat.
Again, Wattahomagie comes set. The 1-2. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Millett will go down swinging for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for Dylan Wattahomagie.
Great off speed right there by Wattahomagie. He really caught Millett, just got him out on his front foot, and that really fooled him on that pitch.
So that brings Chandler McClellan to the plate now for the Falcons, excuse me. First pitch, misses upstairs, ball 1. McClellan wears number 4, plays position number 4. Just needed to make a case to be the 4th in the batting order.
Yeah, that's right.
There's the 1-0. Swung on, high fly ball into right field. Franson moving to his left, coming in and makes the play for out number 3. And F9 for McClellan for the 3rd out of the inning as Wattahomagie sits him down in order. 1, 2, 3 they go. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. Through 2 complete in the 3A Baseball State Championship. It is Union 0, Canyon View 0 on TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
Expecting a bundle of joy? Beaver Valley Hospital's new maternity wing is your local haven for life's special deliveries. Combining cozy comfort with top-tier technology, they bring big city medical excellence to the heart of Beaver with that small-town touch Beaver Valley Hospital is known for. Their full-service community hospital is your health partner from inpatient care, emergency, surgical, maternity, physical therapy, home health, and hospice. Beaver Valley Hospital is proud to support Beaver High School.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
When Bark detects a digital danger, I receive automatic alerts so that I can deal with problems as they...
We're back here at Salt Lake Community College as we go to the top of the third inning. Yet no score between Union and Canyon View in this 3A Baseball State Championship Series. And the Cougars bring the 7, 8, 9 batters to the plate this inning. Camden Franson, Hayden Rich, and Cade Franson. If they get to the fourth batter of the inning, that will be the leadoff hitter, Peyton Marks. Jackson Jensen on the mound for Canyon View. Got the inside called strike for the first pitch. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Curveball misses up for ball one.
Yeah, it just didn't get on top of that curveball, and as a result, it just stays up and out of the zone.
Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike two.
Good pitch coming back there on the outside corner of the plate.
One ball, two strikes. The 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike three. Franson will go down swinging for the first out of the inning, and third strikeout of the game for Jackson Jensen.
Yeah, Jackson Jensen, he's looking real comfortable on the mound right now for Canyon View.
So that will bring Hayden Rich to the plate now for the Cougars. First pitch from Jensen. Misses up and in, ball one.
Got Hayden Rich, who's the catcher for the Cougars. This has been a long week for these catchers. They have done a great job, and it's hard on the body being back there, I'm assuming.
Yes, it is. Here's the 1-0. Curveball misses up for ball two, so a 2-0 hitter's count for Rich.
Jackson still trying to find that curveball, just hasn't been able to get that to break like he wants.
There's the 2-0 pitch. Going to drop off low and in, ball three. Union looking for their first hit of the game. They've had one base runner as Labrum reached on a walk in the first inning before getting caught stealing. Next pitch. That one's in there for all automatic, called strike one and a 3-1 count. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on base. Here's the pitch from Jensen. That one's going to miss low to Rich for ball 4. So Hayden Rich draws the base on balls with 1 out. He heads to first base, and they will bring Jackson Christensen out of the dugout to run for him on the speed-up runner.
First runner of this inning for the Cougars and second of the game.
So it brings Cade Franson to the plate. He stands it on the right side. Christensen takes a 2.5-step lead at first base. First pitch to Franson. Misses up, ball 1.
Robert, I just got a text from the president and CEO of the Levitt Group, and I know the COO is also listening. They live in Cedar City. They're watching these Canyon View games, so they know that I've been sloughing work a little bit. So I appreciate them.
Tell them that you're my insurance agent, and
yeah, yeah, that's true. There you go. Yeah, doing business.
Business meetings. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss for Cade Franson. Strike one and a 1-1 count.
And I know at least one other of my good buddies from Cedar City, he's been watching as well, that works for an agency down there. So Canyon View's got a lot of fans who are watching this game on TeamHive.live.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, runner on first for the Cougars. Christensen takes the lead up first as Jensen comes set, the 1-1 delivery, swung on, hard hit, line drive through the 5-6 hole for a base hit for Cade Franson. Christensen rounds second and will hold there as Maine gets it in quickly. But 2 on and 1 out now for the Cougars as the top of the order are coming to the plate.
Yeah, and you got Franson doing exactly what Coach Labrum wants to do. Once again, the 8 and 9 hitters come up. We get one reaches the base on balls and then is moved around by a single into left field. Now you got the top of your order here to drive him in.
Marks will stand in on the left side. The runners take their lead. First pitch from Jensen. Just low. Ball 1. Marks is 0 for 1 in the game. He grounded out to the first baseman to lead off the game for Union. 1-0 pitch. Stays low for ball 2 and a hitter's count for Peyton Marks.
Marks just never looks nervous. Doesn't matter if he's on the mound, if he's at second base, shortstop, he's in the box. He is just calm anywhere he is.
2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. Asher Slack giving the call out there at shortstop to determine if they want to try to back pick Christensen on second base. He's not too far off the bag. 2-1 pitch on the outside half for a called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Peyton Marks.
Right now you've got Ludlow. He's actually shading to the left field side of second base.
2-2 count. Pitch from Jensen. Misses up for ball 3. Calvez has come out of his crouch a couple of times, ready to throw down to second. Hasn't done it, but it's a full count now to Peyton Marks.
Yeah, and Calvez has a really good arm back there, and he will throw behind a runner to try to record an out for the Canyon View Falcons.
Counts full. Marks back in on the left side. Runners take their lead with 1 out in the inning. The payoff pitch. Swung on, hard hit ground ball through the 3-4 hole for a base hit. Christensen rounds third and will get the stop sign there as Millett came up throwing home with a bullet. The bases are loaded for the Cougars with 1 out and Gannon Labrum coming to the plate.
Great base hit right there by Marks, and Millett comes up with a heck of a throw to keep the runner at third. That was a 1-hop right to the plate there, so good job by Millett keeping runners on the bases.
So Gannon Labrum stands in on the left side for Union. Bases are full of Cougars. First pitch, right down the middle, strike 1.
Labrum's come up in these, he's played really well and hit really well in these big moments.
So an 0-1 count. Pitch from Jensen, curveball. Drops in for a called strike 2. Big strike. Oh, 2 count. Runners again take their lead. Jensen from the stretch. Swung on and fouled back out of play as Labrum battles. He walked in his first plate appearance, did Labrum. Ended up getting caught stealing second.
And he's got to be a little more defensive right here. Down the count 0-2. Just 1 out, though.
There's the 0-2 delivery. That one's going to be in the turf. Good block by Calvez for ball 1. No score here in the top of the third inning, but the bases are full of Cougars with 1 out. As Union threatening to take the early lead here in Game 2 of the 3A State Championship Series. The 1-2. Breaking ball. Calvez wanted it. Canyon View wanted it. Didn't get it. Ball 2. Little up and in. There's the 2-2. In the turf, another good block by Calvez for ball 3 and a full count to Labrum.
Yeah, very good defensive catcher is Calvez.
Again, bases loaded. Here's the payoff pitch from Jensen. Swung on, foul ball to the left side, out of play.
It's interesting to me, the last 2 hitters for the Cougars are left-handed, but you've got Ludlow actually. You've got the left fielder out there, and with Canyon View, he's actually shading to the line, and Ludlow in center field shading to the left.
Again, the payoff pitch, the curveball goes high and away for ball 4, and the Cougars will score the first run of the game on the base on balls RBI for Gannon Labrum.
After getting down in the count, coming back and working a walk right there and getting an RBI in first run of the game. Good at bat for Labrum.
So Union strikes first. That brings P.J. Hancock to the plate. First pitch misses up above the head of Hancock. Calvez had it go off his glove. Able to keep it close enough that Cade Franson chose not to go. Ball one. 1-0 count. Jensen continues to work from the windup now. Bueno misses up and into Hancock. Ball two.
Right now, Canview, they've pulled the corners in, and Coach Jacobson's going to go out and have a visit with his team on the mound.
Runs have been at a premium. He's actually going to visit with the umpire first. Wants to get an idea of that strike zone.
Yeah, I think he's a little bit frustrated with that that last pitch to Gannon Labrum and wanted to know where that one was. His catcher thought it was a strike, and just trying to get a little explanation there.
So he'll go out and visit with his team now on the field. Taking a look at the 2A one-loss semifinal game down at Utah Valley University. South Sevier leads Duchesne 16-0 in that one. That's in the top of the fifth inning. So South Sevier trying to punch their ticket to the state championship game against Kanab. That'd be a rematch of last year's state title game.
Yes.
The umpire went over and talked to Coach Labrum as well after he was been visiting with his players, and now Labrum's heading to the dugout. Coach Jacobson heads back to his dugout. And now Coach Labrum's going to head back down to the coach's box down third base. Bases remain loaded here for the Cougars. They've scored one in the inning. They lead Canyon View 1-0. There's one out. Jackson Jensen working out of the windup. The 2-0 pitch to Hancock. Check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not, says the first base umpire. Ball three.
We've talked about a little bit here at the state tournament. We have a 3 official crew out here, and they've been doing a great job.
There's the 3-0 pitch. All automatics in there for called strike one and a 3-1 hitters count now for Hancock. Hancock has one home run here at the state tournament. A moonshot to left field. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. Strike two, counts full.
That was a home run swing right there.
Yeah, yes it was. Here's the payoff pitch. Misses up and in for ball four to walk in another run. An RBI base on balls for P.J. Hancock. 2-0 Union here in the top of the third inning as Cade Franson comes in to score from third.
Yeah, and those free bases continue to plague the Falcons right now. They're going to go down and talk to him. He threw his bat way up in the air saying, hey, you don't need to. That thing he threw up in the air 20 feet on his to the dugout in excitement.
Bases remain loaded here, still just one out, and now the cleanup hitter, Gavin Roberts, the hottest bat in the Union lineup, comes to the plate.
Yeah, and his last at bat was that 5-6-1 ground out. That was an amazing play by Falcon defense, but he hit that thing hard.
You heard Coach Labrum talk about him having no fear.
Yeah, no fear in this kid.
He stands in on the right side. Still just one out in the inning, 2-0 Union. First pitch from Jensen, swung on and fouled back out of play for strike one. He stands back in as the runners take their lead. The 0-1 from Jensen. Curveball drops in for strike two.
Good pitch right there to get up on the count 0-2. This would be a big strikeout if you could get one right here.
There's the 0-2 from Jensen. Swing and a miss, strike three, and Roberts will go down swinging for the second out of the inning, fourth strikeout of the game for Jackson Jensen.
Good pitch right there. Good 3 pitches in a row to get a 3-pitch strikeout.
So that will bring Tyson Marks to the plate now for the Cougars. It's from the left side. First pitch from Jensen. Thought about it, held off. Watch ball one go by high for the 1-0 count.
Marks is 0 for 1 in the game. He struck out in his first plate appearance.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 2 runs across in the inning for Union on 2 hits. 3 walks. The 1-1 swung on and fouled back out of play for strike 2, and a 1-2 count now to Tyson Marks. 2 outs and the bases still loaded. Out of the windup, here's the 1-2. Misses high and away. Calvez came up ready to throw down to third, and Bradshaw wasn't anywhere near the bag, and Bradshaw's patting his chest saying, that's on me.
Yeah, Calvez said, hey, get back to the bag. Let's get that guy there.
2-2 count. Jensen out of the windup. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Marks will go down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning. 5th strikeout of the game for Jackson Jensen. But the Cougars strike first. They get 2 runs in the inning. They do so on 2 hits. No errors committed by Canyon View, and 3 runners left on base through 2.5 innings of play. It's Union 2, Canyon View 0 on TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
When Bark detects a digital danger, I receive automatic alerts so that I can deal with problems as they arise, while still respecting my son's privacy by not having to read through every single message. Bark even delivers research-backed recommendations on dealing with the issue. This helps me and my son work together, trust each other, and build a deeper bond. Bark has helped protect millions of children while detecting tens of thousands of severe self-harm situations. Bark brings us closer together.
Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
At CVMC Medical Clinics, our growing team of physicians and advanced providers are shaping what rural healthcare can be. With an array of specialties available in world-class orthopedic medicine, our footprint is always expanding to ensure our personalized approach is reaching as many as possible. Familiar faces and expert knowledge, all of our locations can offer your family full-spectrum care in one place. Available in Nephi, Santaquin, and Fountain Green. CVMC is the place where healthcare is made personal.
We're back here at Salt Lake Community College's Kate Field as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning with Union leading at Canyon View 2-0 in Game 2 of this best-of-3 state championship series. And for the Canyon View Falcons, they will bring to the plate the 8, 9, and 1 batters. Bryce Atwood, Jaron Bradshaw, and Bubba Ludlow. If they get to the 4th batter of the inning, that will be Asher Slack for the Falcons. And on the left side is Atwood. First pitch from Dylan Wadahamaji. Called strike 1. He's been sitting a long time over there.
Yeah, he has. That was a long half inning.
Here's the 0-1 delivery. It's going to miss high and away for ball 1 and a 1-1 count. Atwood, the designated hitter today for Canyon View. The 1-1 swung on and fouled back to the screen. Strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Atwood, a left-handed batter for Canyon View. Facing the right-handed throwing Dylan Wadahamaji. The 1-2 pitch swung on and fouled back out of play as Atwood battles.
That one's going to get back into got a little bit of a wiffle ball game going on back here. That might have interrupted that wiffle ball game.
So 1-2 count. Next pitch is swung on high, fly ball in a shallow right field. Marks is going back, and he'll be called off by Franson, who nearly had to jump backward to catch it, but able to make the play as he came running in for out number 1. An F9 fly out to right for Bryce Atwood for the 1st out of the inning.
Yeah, Franson nearly overran that. Marks did the right thing. As soon as he heard his right fielder call him off, he got out of the way, but that nearly overran that.
So it'll bring Jaron Bradshaw to the plate now for the Falcons. He stands in on the right side. Labram working his way towards right center field. First pitch to Bradshaw, fouled off to the right side, out to 90th South for strike one. Been the tale of the tape for the Cougars this week. Don't walk guys, have patient at bats, and timely hitting. And that's what's gotten them this 2-0 lead. Ground ball up the middle. Marks moves over, backhands at second base. Throw to first is offline, and that's going to head into the dugout, giving second base up as well. So the E4 allows Jaron Bradshaw to reach base and take second in the process. So the Falcons have a runner in scoring position with one out here in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, Marks made a good backhand play right there. It just looked like he had a hard time getting that out of his glove, and when he didn't get a good grip on the ball, and that thing just sailed on him into his own dugout.
So that brings the top of the order to the plate for the Falcons. Trenton Ludlow.
Those are breaks you got to take advantage of right there.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of those, but when you get those breaks, you just need to take advantage of them.
So Ludlow stands in on the right side. First pitch from Wadahamaji. Check swing. Home plate umpire says he went around. Strike one.
County View crowd not
like that. Yeah.
No.
So an 0-1 count to Ludlow. He's 1 for 1 in the game. And an infield single in the first inning. The 0-1 curveball swung on, chopped foul to the left side for strike two and an 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes. Wadahamaji comes set. Next pitch is swung on by Ludlow. High pop up into right field. Franson coming in. He'll make the catch. And no tag at second base. So 2 outs, no inning. Still a runner in scoring position for Canyon View, with Union leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the third.
Franson out there in right field, recording the first 2 outs of this half inning.
Brings Asher Slack to the plate. Again, he's been swinging a hot bat.
Yeah, he flew out to center field in his first at bat.
Wadahamaji comes set from the stretch as he checks the runner at second. First pitch to Slack on the inside half, strike one.
Nothing too fancy there. He just threw a hard fastball right down the middle of the plate to challenge him.
So an 0-1 count. Bradshaw takes the lead at second. The 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled back out of play for strike two. No balls, 2 strikes.
No more drinking anything.
Chokes up on the bat, does Slack, about 2 inches. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, ground ball back up the middle, filtered by Hancock at short. Throw to first is in time for the 6-3 ground out and the 3rd out of the inning. So the Falcons get a runner on, but they do not score. No runs, no hits, 1 error committed by Union, and 1 runner left on base. Through 3 complete. It is Union 2, Canyon View 0 on TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
As a parent, you never want to see your child struggling with suicidal thoughts. But today, the threat is hidden deep within their phones. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents. Bark's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk?
We at Centricom want to help every family protect their children. Get bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
We're back here at Cape Field, home of the Bruins at Salt Lake Community College, as we go to the top of the fourth inning. Union leading Canyon View 2-0 in Game 2 of this best-of-3 state championship series. And a Union win will seal the deal for the state title. First pitch from Jackson Jensen, Xander Nilsson. First pitch swinging, ground ball to the left side in the hole. It's going to be knocked down by Slack off his glove, but reaching base safely is Nilsson for the Cougars. We'll see what they decide to rule that one. They're going to rule that one a hit for Union. In the hole, it would have been a tough one to get to.
Yeah, I agree. I think that would have been a hit. It was a slower rolling ball. He would have had to come up and just make a phenomenal play, which he's capable of, but it was just a little bit too slow in that gap. I think he would have made it.
So that brings Camden France into the plate now for the Cougars. He stands in on the right side. Two-step lead at first base. Takes off on the pitch. Does Nilsson. Nobody covering the bag, though. Both of them seem to go to back up the play. McClellan was a little closer, but Calvez's throw right down the middle and no one there. So easily taking second base is Xander Nilsson.
You know what? And the Cougars getting a little bit aggressive on the bases and trying to manufacture runs right here and see if they can increase their lead.
Got a final in 2A. The one last night final. South Severe beats Duchesne 16-5. So South Severe will play Kanab in the 2A state championship today. Franson hits one deep to left. Going back is Maine. He'll just turn and watch it go as it lands on the other side of the wall. 4-0 Union as Camden Franson delivers with a 2-run shot to left.
Great hit right there by Franson. Jensen just left that one out over the plate in the middle of the zone, and Franson just roped that one out over the left field fence.
So Camden Franson delivers a big blow to Canyon View, making it 4-0 Union.
And a big momentum shift right there.
Yes. Top of the fourth inning. That's just, I believe, the fifth home run we've seen here this week. Juab hit 3, Austin Park hit 2, Connor Cowan 1. And then P.J. Hancock hit 1 for Union, and now Camden Franson has hit 1 for Union.
You're gonna make him tuck his shirt in before he hits.
Yeah, you gotta dress for success.
Absolutely. You've got if you look at the wind is coming from the north, so maybe aided that a little bit. But really well hit ball right there by Franson.
Yeah, he hit it hard. Union's last state championship, Coach Matt Labrum was a junior back in 1989. They won back-to-back in 88 and 89.
Yeah, that was a day or two ago.
There's the payoff pitch from Jensen in the turf for ball 4. So Rich goes down 0-2 and draws a base on ball. Still no outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Union leading 4-0, and they continue to put the pressure on as Jackson Christensen comes on to run for Hayden Rich. Bring Cade France into the plate for the Cougars. Christensen takes a two-step lead at first. First pitch misses up, ball 1. Franson's 1 for 1, had a hard hit line drive into left field and came around to score in the third inning.
Right now, Jensen just having a hard time finding the strike zone.
1-0 pitch. On the inside edge, strike 1.
Found it there. And Jensen's got a really solid defense behind him. Just don't try to overdo. Just rely on your defense to help you right now. You get a ground ball up the middle right here or something, you turn a double play, and relax a little bit.
Here's the 1-1 from Jensen. Curve ball. High for ball 2. Again, Christensen takes a lead at first. 1 on, no outs. 2-1 pitch. He'll square to bunt. Unable to make contact is Franson for strike 2 and a 2-2 count.
So we've seen Coach Labrum call a steal. He got a moved a runner to second base on a steal, and now he's looking to move a runner with a bunt.
Franson will dig back in. 2.5 step lead for Christensen as he extends it. Next pitch is swung on and fouled out to 90th south. As Franson battles. Two-two, curveball, swung on, fly ball into shallow right field, dropping down for a base hit. Second hit of the game for Cade Franson. Zach Millett with another strong throw to hold the runner at second base, but 2 on and no outs for the Cougars here in the top of the 4th inning, and 2 across already this inning.
Good job by Bradshaw at third base, keeping that ball came in on a short hop, kept that in front of him. If that ball gets past him, there wasn't the backup hadn't got there yet, and that would have been trouble.
And again, Corey, we've been talking about it this week, and you mentioned it again in the pregame show, what Coach Labrum said. The bottom part of the order for Union is going to be crucial. And there you go, all 4 runs coming from the 6, 7, 8, 9 guys.
Yeah, they are doing their job.
Peyton Marks comes to the plate. Watches ball 1 go by low.
Marks 1 for 2, had a single into right field his last at bat.
Next pitch misses up. Ball 2, hitters count for Marks.
You know, you heard Coach Jacobson say, hey, we want to get a hit any way we can. If we're getting those little Texas leaguers, line drives, whatever it is. That's what Union's doing right now. That's just that last hit, just a little Texas leaguer out there into right field. And
2-0 nearly clips him, misses inside for ball 3, so a 3-0 count for Marks. Still no outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Three-0 pitch. All automatics in there for strike 1 on the outside half. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Union did have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen earlier. I didn't see who it was. But Dylan Watahamaji has been dealing today.
Yeah, he's looked really good out there on the mound for the Cougars.
Here's the 3-1 from Jensen. On the inside edge, called strike 2 and a full count.
Can't remember right, but it seems like Marks got into a full count in his last at bat before he hit that single.
All 3 at bats.
All 3 at bats.
So, full
he's
count.
seen a lot of pitches in his at bats.
Yes, he has. Counts full. Runners take their lead. The payoff pitch in the turf for ball 4, and Marks will draw the base on balls. As he heads to first base, that'll load him up for the Cougars, and Gannon Labrum with no outs here in the top of the 4th inning.
This is almost like Groundhog Day right here for Gannon Labrum, coming up with the bases loaded again.
Yeah. Coach Jacobson's out of the dugout for Canyon View. So he's just going to take the baseball out of the hand of Jackson Jensen, gets a hug from his senior pitcher. And they are going to bring in the left fielder, Zach Main. So a pitching change coming here for the Falcons as Jensen gets hugs and high fives all around from his teammates as he gets ready to leave the field. And it'll be a new pitcher for Canyon View, with Union leading 4-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. And they've got the bases loaded with no outs here in Game 2 of the 3A State Championship on TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
We're back here at Salt Lake Community College's Kate Field. A pitching change for the Canyon View Falcons. And Zach Main comes in from left field to take over on the mound. Jackson Jensen leaves the game. And Jake Thomas will take over in left field for the Canyon View Falcons. Cameron Calvez goes out to visit with his pitcher before we get ready for the next batter. Gannon Labrum with the bases loaded.
Yeah, bases loaded right now. Infield's playing up on the grass. They're going to cut that run off at home if they can and hope for a 4-1 double play or a 4-3 double play.
Labrum stands in on the left side. First pitch from Maine. Swung on, foul tip, strike one. Yep, as you mentioned, infield's in on the green turf. Here's the 1-0. Thought about it, held off, watches strike two go by, the 0-1, excuse me, so now it's an 0-2 count.
Real good pitch right there by Maine, keeping that low and outside in the zone. Not a lot that Labrum could do with that one anyway.
No balls, 2 strikes. I got time called by Labrum in the box.
So Labrum, he's reached on base twice with a walk. So he's 0 for 0 in the game.
0-2 pitch. Curveball got away from him as it misses outside for ball 1. Yeah, and again, he sees a lot of pitches. He saw 8 pitches in his second at bat and had the 5 in the first at bat. Has a 1-2 count here. Pitch from Maine, misses up for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Continues to show a lot of plate discipline right there. As goes down 0-2 in the count, now works it back to a 2-2 count.
Maine comes set. Bases juiced. No outs. The 2-2 pitch way outside for ball 3 and a full count to Labrum. Going to bring Thomas in from left field. Bring him in slightly.
Yeah. Slack went to talk to Maine, just said, hey, you got this.
Here's the payoff pitch. Drops off low for ball 4, and Labrum will draw the RBI base on balls. 5-0 Union here in the top of the 3rd inning. Bases remain loaded, still no outs.
Yeah, literally that was it. 100% was Groundhog Day right there. That's exactly what happened in the last at bat for Labrum.
So that brings P.J. Hancock to the plate. First pitch swinging, ground ball, foul on a diving stop by Bradshaw. Strike 1. So an 0-1 count for Hancock. He's 0 for 1 in the game, struck out in the first, had an RBI base on balls in the 3rd. The 0-1 pitch hits him. So an RBI hit by pitch for Hancock. He had the first base. It's now 6-0 Union. Bases remain loaded. Still no outs. The 8th batter of the inning coming to the plate.
Yeah, that's what Coach Jacobson talked about. You just can't give up free bases, especially with the bases loaded. He's going to come out and talk to his pitcher right here.
First 7 batters of the inning have reached for Union. They lead it 6-0. And again, all 6 runs across the plate have been the 6, 7, 8, 9 guys. And a pitching change happening, so Zach Main is going to come off the mound. Looks like they're going to bring Chandler McClellan into pitch. So we will take a break for the pitching change. Bases remain loaded for the Cougars, leading 6-0 over Canyon View here in the top of the 4th inning with no outs on TeamHive.live at KSL Sports and V6 Media.
Embark on your journey to radiant skin with Sanpete Skin Bar. Whether you are looking to address specific skin concerns, kickstart your skincare routine, or simply indulge in relaxation, we've got you covered. Facials, microneedling, seasonal chemical peels, and more. Located at 210 West Main Street in Mount Pleasant, Utah. Visit our website at sanpeteskinbar.com or call or text 435-314-6024 to book your appointment today.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit ipautah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
We're back here at Salt Lake Community College's Kate Field. Chandler McClellan on the mound now for Canyon View with the bases loaded and no outs. 4 runs across this inning for Union. They lead the Falcons 6-0. And at the plate now for a Union is Gavin Roberts. First pitch misses up and in, ball 1.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Jacobson, I'm telling McClellan, say, listen, your job is to keep the ball down the low, get some ground ball outs right here, and let's get out of the field and go and hit.
The 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled back to the screen, strike 1. We mentioned that Union had someone down in the bullpen. We just watched them go again. It's just Dylan Watahamaji. He's got to stay warm. He's had 2 long innings in a row in the dugout, so they're just trying to keep that arm fresh.
Yeah, the Union Cougars in their last 2 at-bats, they've been long half innings.
There's the 1-1 pitch. That one above the head of Roberts for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
You know, this game's not over for Canyon View. They just got to get a little bit of confidence, pitch the ball right here, and get some outs and go get some runs and see if they can't chisel away at this lead.
2-1 pitch, swung on, fly ball into right field, and Zach Millett is there to make the play. He's coming home with it. The throw is just down the line, not in time, as sliding in safely is Peyton Marks, and he's hurting as he gets up. He hurt his left hand. It looks like it might be broken, and that's not good.
Not good.
So Marks comes in to score, and he is down. Yeah, he must have had an awkward slide into the plate.
I wonder if he slid over his hand when he came, and then he reached back out and touched the base. He slid past it. He didn't touch it on the slide.
Yeah, and his assistant coach is telling Coach Labram he broke that wrist. So he comes around, just kind of awkwardly tried to going around Calvez, who was up the line to try to make the catch on the throw. And so Mark's getting checked out by the trainer, and it's now 7-0 Union. You hope he's okay, but based on how he was holding it and his reaction, it's not good. But a round of applause, standing ovation from the Union crowd as he exits the field. What a week he's had.
Oh, he's been amazing for the Union Cougars, and that just makes you sick for that kid. He had a heck of a tournament.
So it's an RBI fly out for Gavin Roberts for the first out of the inning. On the throw home, the other two runners, Labrum moved up to third, and Hancock moved to second on the play. And again, Marks comes in to score. But looks like by all accounts we'll be leaving the game after that one.
Yeah, I agree.
Infield remains in, ninth batter of the inning for Union as we're back to the action. Tyson Marks stands in on the left side. First pitch off the plate outside, ball one. There's the 1-0. Swung on, fly ball into center field. Going back is Ludlow. Turns, spins, and makes the catch. Labrum tags. Kennedy's immediately pointing to third, saying go to third with the throw. And they left second base early, so they get the out at second. And so it's a double play hit into. And the coach Labrum asking the umpire, and they're saying that Hancock left second base early. The Canyon View players knew it immediately. They were immediately saying go to second base.
Good heads-up play, but I believe the run where there's no four. Does that count the run? Because he crossed before they
That's what
appealed.
I wanted. That's what I'm trying to see here as well. They haven't put it up on the board.
Because it wasn't a force. It was after the fact.
Yeah, we'll see what they do there. But we do know that Union has taken a commanding lead in this one. They've got 5 across, possibly 6 here, and they do so on just 3 hits in the inning. And no errors committed by Canyon View, and 1 runner or no runners left on base. We'll see what it is. Through 3.5 innings of play, we're halfway home. It is Union 7, Canyon View 0. Now it is Union 8, Canyon View 0. On TeamHive.live, KSL Sports, and V6 Media.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded in 1982 with a simple mission: to shape the quality of life where we live, work, and play. We are proud to serve by providing clean water, increasing access to nature and recreation, protecting homes from flooding, designing safe wastewater systems, and connecting our communities. It is our goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
When Bark detects a digital danger, I receive automatic alerts so that I can deal with problems as they arise, while still respecting my son's privacy by not having to read through every single message. Bark even delivers research-backed recommendations on dealing with the issue. This helps me and my son work together, trust each other, and build a deeper bond. Bark has helped protect millions of children while detecting tens of thousands of severe self-harm situations. Bark brings us closer together.
Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
We're back here at Salt Lake Community College's Kate Field. 8-0 is your score. Union leads Canyon View, and the Cougars are just a few innings away from trying to wrap up their first baseball state championship since 1989. Canyon View trying to push a comeback through here as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Falcons will bring to the plate the 3, 4, and 5 batters. Cameron Calvez, Brady Anderson, and Zach Main. If they get to the 4th batter, that'll be Zach Millett. Dylan Wadahamaji on the mound for Union. Calvez watches ball 1 go by high and tight. Calvez is 0 for 0 in the game. He had a sacrifice bunt in the 1st inning.
Yeah, really good. Really well executed bunt.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on. Chopper to the left side. Fielded by Roberts at third. Throw to first is in time for the 5-3 ground out and the first out of the inning.
Good play right there by Roberts. Calvez, he was running hard. He wants this game, and he ran hard out of the box. Just not quick enough.
So it brings Brady Anderson to the plate now for Canyon View. We're going to shift the fielders a little bit to pull. First pitch swinging, fly ball into right field. Franson looked at it, now has to go, and it's over his head. Anderson rounds first. He's on his way to second. Coach Jacobson will throw the stop sign up there with a one-out double for the Falcons.
Yeah, it just looked like Franson. I mean, the sun's on this side. He stopped right when that was hit, that hard line drive right at you.
It made it look like he thought it was just right at him.
Yeah, it looked just like he was right at him, and when that ball got to him, it just went right over his head.
So that'll bring Zach Main to the plate with one out and one on. Main stands in on the right side. First pitch from Watahamaji. Misses in the turf for ball one.
So Canyon View's got a base runner at second in scoring position for a chance to get a run back and cut into the lead.
Checks the runner at second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This is a bit low for ball two, so a 2-0 hitter's count for Zach Main. He stands back in on the right side. Here's the 2-0. In the turf outside, and it was blocked by Rich, but kicked away from him, and Anderson took off on it and easily takes it third base.
Yeah, good heads-up base running right there to move 90 feet closer to scoring a run.
So a 3-0 count now to Maine with a runner on third, one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Union leading Canyon View 8-0. The 3-0 pitch. Misses up for ball four, and Zach Main will draw the one out base on ball. So runners on the corners, pitching coach out for Union.
Yeah, we remember he's been out for a long time. They sent him down to the bullpen to warm up a little bit. Coming in a little bit cold right here maybe, and just going to get a little bit of encouragement from his coach and his team.
Yep. Pretty quick one, though, as he heads back toward the dugout. The team stays out there with him on the mound. I think they're talking more about the first and third situation now as Hayden Rich doing the talking with his infielders.
Yeah. He didn't talk very long.
No, pitching coach was out there real quick.
Yeah.
So that'll bring Zach Millett to the plate for the Falcons. One out, two on. Union leading 8-0 in this state championship game. Watahamaji sets. Going to throw to first. Not in time, as diving back safely is Maine.
Roberts comes up on the grass right there at third base. To you listeners at home, when I call that grass, that is just green turf. But
there's green turf and brown turf, but it's all turf. First pitch to Millett in there for a called strike one right at the bottom part of the zone.
Yeah, good pitch.
Millett 0 for 1 in the game. He struck out in the second inning. Taking a lead at first is Maine. Leanin. 0-1 pitch. Misses in the turf for ball. 1-1 count.
A little surprised he didn't take off on that pitch, and that would have been a good one. It was in the dirt right there. And hard pitch for Hayden Rich to handle.
Again, the runners take their lead. Maine at first, Anderson at third. The 1-1. Swung on, ground ball to the left side. Fielded by Hancock at short. Throw to second in time. Throw to first is in time. The 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. And the shutout is continuing as the Falcons threaten but do not score. No runs on one hit. No errors committed by the Cougars. And one runner left on base through 4 innings of play. It is Union 8, Canyon View 0 on TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now.
Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
We're back here at Salt Lake Community College as we go to the top of the 5th inning with Union leading Canyon View 8-0. And first pitch swinging, Xander Nilsson drives the right center field gap. He rounds first on his way to second. That one's going to roll all the way to the wall before it's picked up by Zach Millett. And Xander Nilsson comes in standing up with a leadoff triple for the Cougars.
Great hit right there by Nilsson, and he just ropes that out into the right center field gap. And he just got on his horse, and he was not going to be satisfied until he got to third base.
So a leadoff triple for the Union left fielder. That brings Camden France into the plate now for the Cougars. He'll be followed by Hayden Rich. If they get to the fourth batter, that's Cade Franson. Canyon View will pull the infield in on the grass. First pitch swinging is Camden Franson. High fly ball to right. Working his way over as Millett comes in, makes the catch, tagging. And the throw home is not in time as there's a collision at the plate. And Calvez is down. They call the runner out. And now Coach Labram's not happy about it. The play was up the third baseline. And Calvez is right in the path. Let's see if we can get a good look at it here. So Calvez is right there. And so that causes the collision. And they call the runner out at home.
He looks like he touched the base, so they must have called him out because of running into the catcher.
Yeah. Those are the tough ones when it's up the line and he's right on the baseline.
That's a tough one because he is coming in head first right there. It didn't look like he lowered his shoulder. He just was. That was a
slide.
Slide. Just unfortunate where the play was. Great throw out there by Millett.
Yeah. So that makes it 2 outs in the inning. So an F9 for Camden Franson for the first out. And then Nilsson out at home for out number 2. Coach Labram pleading his case with the umpires. Calvez has a little bit of a limp as he took a shot on the play.
That was a hard collision. I mean, you just hope that both players are okay because, man, that could.
Calvez getting stretched. They're going to stay with him being out. So 2 outs in the inning. Nobody on base now for the Cougars. Here in the top of the 5th.
Got some of the crowd that likes it and some of the crowd that doesn't.
Calvez getting stretched out a little bit. Trainer's out there. He hops up and says, I'm playing baseball here.
Yeah, he's going to finish it out. But fortunate for both teams. Both players are up on their feet. Looks all right. And, when Nelson came in, he actually showed some concern right there for Calvez.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't malicious.
Right.
It was just a bang play.
They're going to throw a couple of pitches to let Calvez get a feel for it. So 2 outs in the inning. Coach Labrum continues to plead his case with the umpire down the third baseline. I say his case for his player.
Right. So therefore Hayden Rich comes to the plate with 2 outs and
nobody on base.
Nobody on base.
He stands in on the right side. First pitch from McClellan. Misses up and in for ball 1. Well, Rich has drawn 2 base on balls in this game and scored 2 runs. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, deep fly ball to left. Going back is Thomas. That one's over his head as it one hops the wall. Rich falls around first base. He's able to get up and will stroll into second with a 2-out stand-up double.
Hard hit ball. He hit that right to the power alley. It bounced up and hit the 380 sign out there in left center field. I don't think he's going to go past second anyway, but good hard hit ball right there by Hayden Rich.
So that will bring Cade Franson to the plate.
And this is where Union's been doing a lot of damage. They're getting these runners on and getting them across the plate. So
yes,
these 6, 7, 8, 9 batters, they have been hot today.
He stands in on the right side. First pitch hits him. Well, it hit something.
Yeah, I thought that came off kind of when he turned. It almost came off his shoulder and his helmet, but I don't know. Maybe just the glove, the catcher, Calvez's catcher's glove.
Oh, man, that was a weird way that bounced. But
yeah.
Or did they call it a strike on that one?
It's a strike, mate.
So it
it
must
may
hit
hit
the
the
knob.
bat.
Must hit the knob of the bat again.
Yeah.
We've seen more knobs get hit this week than we have all year.
Yeah.
So I believe it's now an 0-2 count. Scoreboard reads 1-2.
It's a good job by McClellan. Come back and get strike 2. He's done a good job out on the.
He called ball in the first one, so it is
he
a 1-1
did.
count.
Oh, one. Okay, he's changed. All right.
Yep. McClellan turns, throws to second. It's almost like he wasn't planning on throwing, then decided to throw on that one.
Yeah.
As Jackson Christensen, the speed-up runner for Rich, dove back safely. McClellan sets. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's in there. Strike 2.
There's strike 2. There we go.
So 1-2 count. 2 outs. Runner on second here for the Cougars. They lead at Canyon View 8-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. Franson steps back in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Just misses him inside for ball 2 and a 2-2 count. Well, Franson's used the whole field today. 1 line drive to left, 1 line drive to right, 2 runs scored. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. McClellan sets, 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Franson will go down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning. And first strikeout of the game for Chandler McClellan as the Cougars threaten, but they do not score. No runs on 2 hits, no errors committed by Canyon View, and 1 runner left on base through 4.5 innings of play. It is Union 8, Canyon View 0 on TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
Expecting a bundle of joy? Beaver Valley Hospital's new maternity wing is your local haven for life's special deliveries. Combining cozy comfort with top-tier technology, they bring big city medical excellence to the heart of Beaver with that small-town touch Beaver Valley Hospital is known for. Their full-service community hospital is your health partner from inpatient care, emergency, surgical, maternity, physical therapy, home health, and hospice. Beaver Valley Hospital is proud to support Beaver High School.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
At CVMC Medical Clinics, our growing team of physicians and advanced providers are shaping what rural healthcare can be. With an array of specialties available in world-class orthopedic medicine, our footprint is always expanding to ensure our personalized approach is reaching as many as possible. Familiar faces and expert knowledge, all of our locations can offer your family full-spectrum care in one place. Available in Nephi, Santaquin, and Fountain Green. CVMC is the place where healthcare is made personal.
Welcome back here to Cape Field at Salt Lake Community College as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Union leading Canyon View 8-0. And the Falcons will bring to the plate this inning the 7, 8, 9 batters, Chandler McClellan, Price Atwood, and Jaron Bradshaw. If they get to the 4th batter, that'll be Bubba Ludlow. Dylan Wadahamaji on the mound for the Cougars has an 0-1 count to McClellan. Next pitch misses inside for ball 1.
Yeah, nearly hits McClellan on that pitch. Coming a little too inside.
So McClellan stands back in on the right side. The 1-1. Going to miss off the plate outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two-one delivery. Curveball misses upstairs for ball 3. So 3 balls and a strike. Hitters count now for McClellan. He's 0 for 1 in the game with that fly out to right field. Here's a 3-1 delivery. That one way high and away for ball 4. So McClellan draws the leadoff base on balls. Just the second walk issued today by Dylan Wadahamaji.
Yeah, that gets a lead guy on for Canyon View.
Coach Labram trying to direct his fielders of where he wants them to be as Price Atwood comes to the plate. Atwood hits from the left side. Pretty good lead at first base for McClellan. 3-step lead. First pitch in the turf, ball 1.
Rich is going to go out and talk to Wadahamaji and just settle him down a little bit right here.
The freshman has been good and very efficient through 4 innings, just through 46 pitches.
Yeah, doing a good job for Coach Labram out there on the mound is Wadahamaji.
McClellan as big of a lead as we've seen today, a 3-step lead. Turn and throw to first, had him lean and throws a little offline, and McClellan dives back safely.
You got to think right now that Canyon View's got to do whatever they can to start to generate some energy and to create some momentum to try to score some runs.
The 1-0 pitch. Drops off low for ball 2. Hitters count now for Atwood. Two hitters count. McClellan again, about a 3-step lead at first base. Slowly working back toward the bag. 2-0 pitch. Just a bit low for ball 3. 3-0 count now to Atwood. Three-0 pitch. That one's in there for a called strike one and a 3-1 hitters count.
Yeah, there it is.
All automatic.
Yeah, now see if Dylan can start working back, and the Falcons are hoping that Atwood can move the runner into scoring position.
3-1 pitch. Misses up and away for ball 4, so back-to-back walks to start the inning by Dylan Wadahamaji, and Coach Labrum is out of the dugout for Union. And he is going to bring Camden Franson with him. So it looks like Tyson Mark's going to come into pitch. We'll take a break for the pitching change here for the Cougars from the bottom of the 5th inning, with Union leading Canyon View 8-0 here at the 3A Baseball State Championship. And Falcons have 2 runners on with no outs here at the bottom of the 5th on TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports. A round of applause for Dylan Wadahamaji as he leaves the field.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
As a parent, you never want to see your child struggling with suicidal thoughts. But today, the threat is hidden deep within their phones. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents, Bark's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk?
We at Centricom want to help every family protect their children. Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
Welcome back here to Cape Field at Salt Lake Community College. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Union leading Canyon View 8-0 in this 3A Baseball State Championship game. And the Cougars have a pitching change with Tyson Marks coming into pitch. Camden Franson is now playing first base and will now bat for himself. And Dylan Wadahamaji leaves the game. He pitched great through 4 innings, 4+ innings did Wadahamaji. And now Tyson Marks will take it from here for the Cougars. Canyon View with 2 runners on and no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch from Marks to Jaron Bradshaw, misses low for ball 1.
And we talked about Dylan Wadahamaji. You know, he had a couple innings where he had to sit for a long time.
Yes.
So you know that can affect a pitcher in their rhythm.
The 1-0 for Marks. This is just a bit low for ball 2, so a 2-0 hitters count now for Bradshaw.
You know, in those last 2 walks, that gives Canyon View some life right now. And you get a little bit of time hitting right here, and you could have a big momentum shift.
Runners take their lead. 2-0 pitch, breaking ball. And this is low for ball 3. So a 3-0 count for Marks. Marks again comes set. 3-0 to Bradshaw. That one caught the outside edge for a called strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Still 2 on here for the Falcons. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and popped foul to the right side, out of play for strike 2 to Bradshaw on a full count.
Marks coming in, you know, I don't know how much he comes in as a reliever, but sometimes that's a tough duty. You're not warmed up and don't get into your usual rhythm when you're going to start a game, but comes in to relieve right here.
Takes a breath, checks the runners, Here's the payoff pitch. Misses up for ball 4, so the first 3 batters of the inning for Canyon View all reach on base on balls, which is what Union has been so good at not doing this week, is walking batters. But they walk the bases loaded here with no outs, and the top of the order coming up.
Yeah, and a very capable hitter at the plate right here with Trenton Bubba Ludlow.
He stands in on the right side, does Ludlow. First pitch, swung on, chopped foul to the left side for strike 1. He's 1 for 2 in the game. Infield single in the first inning, flew out to right in the third inning. Of course, a week ago, he had a grand slam to end the game against Richfield.
Yeah, he's very capable right now to hit a ball over the fence.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, drops off low for ball 1. Marks comes set from the stretch. The 1-1. Swung on, line drive into right field. Will get down for a base hit. The Falcons are on the board as McClellan comes around to score on the RBI single from Ludlow, and it's now 8-1. The Falcons still have the bases loaded with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, good hit right there by Ludlow, not trying to do anything too spectacular, but just kind of inside outs that one, and gets a base hit to right center field.
Bases remain loaded for Asher Slack. He stands in on the right side. First pitch, breaking ball. Called strike 1.
Yeah, and although Slack's 0 for 2 in this game, he has been seeing the ball really well this state tournament.
Runners take their lead. 0-1 pitch. In the turf for ball 1. Good block by Rich. Labrum playing really quite shallow in center field, as is Franson and right. And Nilsson in left isn't too deep either with Slack at the plate.
Yeah, it's almost surprised how shallow they are playing.
1-1 pitch swung on, and there's a deep fly ball to left down the line, and just foul. Long, loud, strike 2.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder if after that hit, if that would have been fair, it would have been over the head of the left fielder for Union. So I wonder if they'll back up a little bit, but not any. Labrum hasn't.
Yeah, Labrum hasn't, neither does Franson. Nilsson did stay back a little bit.
Back a little bit, yeah.
1-2 count, though. Marks comes set. Here's the pitch to Slack. Breaking ball. Just stays up for ball 2, as Slack was not thinking breaking ball there.
Nope.
So a 2-2 count. Marks again sets. The 2-2 pitch. Just misses for ball 3, and Mark's wondering where that one was at for a full count.
Slack was trying to call timeout, but the official did not grant that, so he had to stay in there. And fortunate for him, that was a ball because he was a little bit out of his rhythm.
Full count. Slack choking up on the bat. The 3-2 payoff pitch from Mark. Swung on, line drive, caught at third. Off the bag was Atwood, and Roberts dives to the bag to double him up. 2 outs in the inning. Atwood took off toward home on the line drive and gets doubled up by Gavin Roberts at third base.
Great play right there by Roberts. Hard hit line drive right at him. It pulls him a little bit to the shortstop side, and he dives back to the bag and beats a diving Price Atwood to get a double play ball right there.
So it brings Cameron Calvez to the plate now with 2 on and 2 outs. 1 across in the inning for the Falcons. Union leads it 8-1 here in the 3A state championship. Calvez in on the right side. First pitch from Marks. In the turf, ball 1. Calvez is 0 for 1 in the game. Had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning. Grounded up to third in the 4th inning. Again, he seems to be fine right now looking at him come to the box, but he was limping a little bit after the collision at the plate last inning. There's the 1-0 pitch. Curveball swung on, high fly ball to the right side. Will it get out of play? Yes, it will, as it lands on top of the dugout for strike 1 to Calvez and a 1-1 count. And Calvez went down on the swing. He's holding that right ankle that they were trying to stretch out before and checking on. Coach Jacobson comes down the line to check on his powerful number 3 hitter.
Yeah, and that's his right ankle, so it's his back foot. And when he powered through that, he just twisted that ankle, and he just went right down to the turf.
Coach Jacobson checking on him. Calvez is the kind of hitter that has the ability to change the momentum with one swing.
Oh, absolutely.
But it looks like he's going to come out of the game as he walks back to the dugout. So the Canyon View coaches get together to discuss who to bat in his place. And again, you talk about a guy that has the ability to just
he's dangerous at the plate. Yeah, he can hit the ball. It's very unfortunate now. You've got Peyton Marks, who had to leave the game with what looks like a broken wrist, and now Calvez is going to leave the game with hurt. I don't know if it's a sprained ankle or fractured ankle. We really don't know what happens or what's going on with him, but definitely with his ankle is bothering him.
Brings Cannon Williams. He'll come in to bat for Calvez, and he'll inherit the 1-1 count. The infielders for Union getting together to rally around Marks.
Yeah, the big pick-me-up right there by Roberts, getting that double play line out.
Huge.
Yeah, huge. So you got a forced play at any base right now with runners at first and second. You just make an easy play, any of the bases there, and gives infield can back off. And
so Williams stands on the right side of the 1-1 count. 2 outs, 2 on. First pitch, check swing. Home plate umpire says he went around. Strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tough position right here for Williams to come in. He's been on the bench cold, and the coach says, hey, I need you to do something special for us.
1-2 pitch. Misses up and in for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Williams. Runners take their lead. It's Ludlow at first. Bradshaw at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Marks to Williams. Curved ball stays up for ball 3 and a full count.
Yeah, just didn't get on top of that thing. That was looked to be like more of a really slow changeup by the time it got to the plate, more than a curved ball. Not a lot of movement on it.
Counts full. Runners will take off on the pitch with 2 outs. Marks sets. And time will be called by Williams in the box as Marks was taking a long look at second base.
Yeah, looking like, hey, should I try to get the guy second, or am I going to come home and try to get the guy at home plate?
Payoff pitch in the turf for ball 4, so Williams will come in and draw the walk to load the bases again for Canyon View. And another powerful hitter in Brady Anderson. He stands in on the left side with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
And Anderson, his last at bat, hit a hard line drive over the right fielder's head of Cade Franson, and had a double in his last at bat. Double right now to clear the bases.
First pitch swinging, ground ball to the left side, fielded by Hancock. No play at second. Throw to first is in time for the 6-3 ground out and the 3rd out of the inning. The Falcons, though, are on the board as they get 1 run in the inning. They do so on 1 hit in the inning. No errors committed by the Cougars, and 3 runners left on base through 5 complete. It's Union 8, Canyon View 1 on TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
To the top of the 6th inning we go here in the 3A Baseball State Championship, with Union leading Canyon View 8-1. Trying to get the sweep in the series are the Cougars. And coming to the plate next for Union to lead off the inning, it is the top of the order: Chase Nilsson, Gannon Labrum, and P.J. Hancock. If they get to the 4th batter, the cleanup hitter is Gavin Roberts. And Chandler McClellan on the mound for Canyon View. Again, Chase Nilsson's first at-bat of the game as he came in due to the injury to Peyton Marks. He watched ball one go by. Here's the 1-0 now from McClellan. Check swing, called strike one. Fans are getting animated.
Yeah, a lot of excitement down there in the fans section.
So a 1-1 count. Next pitch, breaking ball. Misses in for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1. Swung on, fly ball into the right center field gap, tailing away from Ludlow, diving, no, he doesn't get there. Picked up by Millett in right center field, and diving in head first to second is Chase Nilsson with a leadoff double for the Cougars.
Great hit right there, and great effort out there in center field, but and Ludlow comes up, gets off the turf a little bit slowly. That's hurt him when he landed right there, but man, he ran a long way and gave great effort. That ball gets down for a double.
So that brings Gannon Labrum to the plate now for the Cougars. With 1 on, no outs here in the top of the 6th. The Union leading 8-1 over Canyon View. First pitch from McClellan, swung on. It's foul to the screen, strike one.
We've seen that in Labrum's last couple of bats. He swung at the first pitch, and then he's come back and walked.
Yeah.
Been on base 3 times, all on walks.
Here's the 0-1. Called strike 2 in the low part of the zone for an 0-2 count.
And he's been down 0-2 before in these counts too, so.
No balls, 2 strikes. Stands back into the left side. The 0-2 pitch swung on, fouled back to the screen as Labrum battles.
McClellan doing a good job keeping that ball in the zone, but he's keeping it at a place where Labrum can't get a lot on it right now.
McClellan going to step off the mound. Did want to let you know who the catcher is now for Canyon View. Jake Thomas comes in to replace Calvez at catcher. And Cannon Williams takes over in left field. Here's the 0-2. Misses high and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Labrum.
Yeah, that's where Thomas, he's setting up on the outside part of the plate. And they're just hoping to, move that thing a couple balls off the plate, see if they can't get Labrum to chase and strike out.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Labrum will go down swinging for the first out of the inning, and the second strikeout of the game for Chandler McClellan.
Yeah, big swing right there by Gannon Labrum on that strikeout.
So it brings P.J. Hancock to the plate now for the Cougars. He stands in on the right side. First pitch. It's going to miss low, ball 1. Hancock comes in 0-1. 0 for 1, excuse me. 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 count. He had an RBI base on balls and a hit by pitch RBI. He also struck out once. The 1-1 from McClellan. Swung on. Fly ball into center field. Ludlow came in. Now turns and runs, and he'll make the catch. Nilsson, because of the initial reaction, did not tag up, so he heads back to second base. 2 outs in the inning, and F8 for P.J. Hancock.
Ludlow, he's out there. He's hurting a little bit, right? He misread that off the bat, but very good defensive center fielder. Gets back on that one, and actually, if Chase Nilsson would have tagged up, he would have got there. Cause that
running away from third base, yeah. So that will bring Gavin Roberts to the plate. He stands in on the right side. First pitch misses up for ball 1. Roberts is 0 for 3 in the game.
Does have an RBI sac fly, his third at bat.
1-0 pitch, swung on, line drive into left center field, down for a base hit. That will score Nilsson from second, and it's an RBI single for Gavin Roberts, 9-1 Union.
Roberts just hits that on a rope, and it's just hits where the outfielders don't even have a chance to get to it. Good job by Ludlow getting that in and keeping him to a single.
Brings Tyson Marks to the plate now with 2 outs, runner on first. Coach Labrum comes down the line. They're going to go with a pinch runner for Roberts. Trying to see who. It would be a pinch runner. He's not the pitcher right now, is Roberts. They are going to bring the runner out of the dugout, and so that will be Clay Wade. So Clay Wade will come in to run for Roberts at first base. And they could potentially be putting Roberts in as a pitcher to replace Marks. But
yeah, maybe want to bring him in and get him out in the bullpen and warmed up.
So Wade on the bases to run for the Cougars. So he replaces Gavin Roberts. That brings Tyson Marks to the plate. He stands on the left side, does Marks.
That was close. Close pickoff move right there by McClellan.
They do send Gavin Roberts down to the bullpen. Called strike 1 there to Tyson Marks.
Those 3 boys those couple boys and the coach, they're running like the police are chasing them right now to get warmed up out there.
Fouled back to the screen for strike 2. Well, there's already 2 outs, so if you want to get any pitches down in the bullpen, you got to hurry.
Yeah, you got to get after it.
Brenner Lamb, the bullpen catcher down there with Roberts, along with the pitching coach. McClellan sets here, the 0-2 pitch to Mark. Swung on, line drive, caught by Anderson at first base for out number 3. So an L3 for Marks, line out to first for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Cougars add to their lead. They get 1 run on 2 hits in the inning. They have no errors committed by Canyon View and 1 runner left on base through 5.5. It is Union 9, Canyon View 1 in the 3A Baseball State Championship on TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
Embark on your journey to radiant skin with Sanpete Skin Bar. Whether you are looking to address specific skin concerns, kickstart your skincare routine, or simply indulge in relaxation, we've got you covered. Facials, microneedling, seasonal chemical peels, and more. Located at 210 West Main Street in Mount Pleasant, Utah. Visit our website at sanpeteskinbar.com or call or text 435-314-6024 to book your appointment today.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now, Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit IPAUtah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and a nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Welcome back here to Salt Lake Community College as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Same pitcher for Union. We speculate on an possible pitching change, but they have just re-entered Gavin Roberts at third base. And just want to potentially get him ready in case he does need to come in to relieve Tyson Marks. He remains on the mound for the Cougars, and he'll face the 5, 6, and 7 batters for Canyon View. Zach Main, Zach Millett, and Chandler McClellan. If he gets the 4th batter, that's Price Atwood for the Falcons. Quick 2-0 count, though, to Maine. Ball 1 missed low and away. Next one missed up. Here's the 2-0 from Marks. Maine squares to bunt, pulls it back, watches ball 3 go by high for a 3-0 count.
There's Marks. He just laboring a little bit. Had a tough time trying to find the strike zone.
3-0 pitch misses up for ball 4. And so that'll put a runner on for the Falcons. Brings Zach Millett to the plate.
Coaches are out talking to their defense.
Millett stands in on the right side. First pitch, misses in for ball 1. Millett's 0 for 2 in the game. He struck out in the second, hit into a 6-4-3 double play to end the 4th, and pitching coach is out for Union.
I don't know how warm Gavin Roberts got his arm, but his legs should be warm after running out there hard to throw a few pitches and running back in to get to third base.
They go out to visit on the mound. He has quick visits.
Yeah.
Fielders return to their respective positions. 1 on here with no outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Union leading Canyon View 9-1 in this 3A Baseball State Championship Best of 3 series. Union has a 1-0 lead in the series. So if they win here, they've won their first baseball state title since 1989. Pretty good lead at first base. First pitch to Millett misses up for ball 2. First pitch after the mound visit. The 2-0 swung on and fouled back out of play for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike.
Good pitch to swing on right there. He knew he had to bring him something, and if it was close, he wanted to get a good hard swing on that ball.
Two-one pitch swung on, high fly ball to center field. Labrum calls for it, settles underneath it, and makes the catch for out number 1. So an F8 for Millett. Fly out to center field for the first out of the inning.
Maybe that's what the pitching coach said. Hey, Tyson, we've relied on our defense all week. Just get the ball over the plate, rely on the defense, and let's get you some outs.
Brings Chandler McClellan to the plate now for the Falcons. First pitch from Marks. Hits him. So McClellan will take the hit by pitch. He heads to first base. 2 on now with 1 out for the Falcons. Second time that McClellan has reached base. That brings Price Atwood up for Canyon View.
Coaches talk about it a lot. They know that anytime you give a free base, it's not good. It's not good for your defense, not good for your pitcher.
First pitch, misses high and away, ball 1. Atwood's 0 for 1 with a walk. 1-0 stays upstairs for ball 2, so a hitter's count now for Atwood.
Yeah, and Marks, he continues to be consistent in missing up out of the zone.
Checks the runner at second, the 2-0 pitch. Caught the outside edge, bottom part of the zone for a called strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike as the runners take their lead.
Looks like he missed up again right there.
Just missed for ball 3 and a hitter's count for Atwood. Three 3-1 count. Long pause from the stretch as he comes set. 3-1 pitch, swung on. High fly ball to center field. Labrum is there and makes the catch for out number 2. F8 for Atwood for the second out of the inning.
So after getting down the count, comes back and gets another fly ball out to center field.
Brings Jaron Bradshaw to the plate.
Well, Bradshaw's 0 for 1 in the game, but he has reached base at each of his at-bats. First on an error, an E4, and then a walk in his last at-bat.
First pitch, curveball, swung on, line drive into the left center field gap. That's down for a hit, cut off by Labrum. He will come up throwing. It will score a run as Maine crosses the plate. An RBI single for Jaron Bradshaw. 9-2, Union leads Canyon View. Holding at second was McClellan.
I thought Labrum did a really good thing right there. He came up as a pretty sharp hit ball, maybe had a chance to throw it home, but he was really smart, and he just threw it to the cutoff man and kept the force in place and didn't give up any extra bases. It would have been an unnecessary throw, and he did a good job making the right play.
Brings Ludlow to the plate now for the Falcons. He stands in on the right side. First pitch from Marks. On the outside half, strike 1. Ludlow's 2 for 3 in the game.
Yeah, he's hit well. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI and had 2 singles this game.
Runners take their lead. Here's the 0-1 from Marks. Swung on, chopping ground ball to left side. Roberts bobbles it, picks it up, steps in the bag for out number 3. So a fielder's choice hit into by Ludlow. The Falcons, though, do get 1 run across, 1 run on 1 hit in the inning. No errors committed by the Cougars, and 2 runners left on base through 6 complete in the 3A state championship. It's Union 9 and Canyon View 2 on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded in 1982 with a simple mission: to shape the quality of life where we live, work, and play. We are proud to serve by providing clean water, increasing access to nature and recreation, protecting homes from flooding, designing safe wastewater systems, and connecting our communities. It is our goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
When Bark detects a digital danger, I receive automatic alerts so that I can deal with problems as they arise, while still respecting my son's privacy by not having to read through every single message. Bark even delivers research-backed recommendations on dealing with the issue. This helps me and my son work together, trust each other, and build a deeper bond. Bark has helped protect millions of children. while detecting tens of thousands of severe self-harm situations. Bark brings us closer together.
Get bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy
Welcome back here to Salt Lake Community College as we go to the 7th and final inning of the 3A State Championship with the Union Cougars leading Canyon View 9-2. And the Cougars will bring to the plate this inning the 6, 7, and 8 batters. That'll be Xander Nilsson, Camden Franson, and Hayden Rich. If they get to the 4th batter, that is Cade Franson. And Chandler McClellan on the mound for Canyon View. There must be some change coming up at some point because Coach Labram had the official writing something in his book. So we'll let you know what that is when we know what it is. First pitch from McClellan to Nilsson. Misses low and away for ball 1. They do have, I'm assuming it's Roberts down in the bullpen warming up. 1-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. 1 to Nilsson for a 1-1 count. Nilsson's 2 for 3 in the game, including that triple last inning, or in the fifth inning to right center field.
Yeah, this is the part of the lineup right now for Union who account for 6 of the 9 runs crossing the plate right now. So they have really done their job today.
2-1 pitch swung on. That's going to be fouled to the right side out of play for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Nilsson. McClellan works out of the windup. 2-2 pitch, swung on, chopper to the left side. Bradshaw fields it, throw to first is not in time. An infield single for Nilsson. And then it got past. He looked at going to second initially, but the right fielder, Millett, was there. That's not Millett.
That's not Millett. They've changed that.
Yeah, that's going to be Jeter Sanders was there quickly to cut it off and hold him at first base.
Yeah, good job by Sanders getting over there and backing up that throw. Bradshaw came in. He had to really rush that throw on that, and really just didn't have a chance.
And Coach Labram working on getting more players into the game for Union as well, giving them opportunities as Brennan Meekum comes in. He will replace Xander Nilsson at first base as the pinch runner.
So you got Camden Franson coming to the plate. He's 1 for 3, but that one was a 2-run home run over the left field wall.
Yes, it was. He stands in on the right side. Meekum takes a lead at first, 2.5 step lead, throw to first, not in time by McClellan. First pitch is in there for a called strike, 1 to Franson. It's 1 count.
Caught the outside corner.
Now they're going to send Xander Nilsson down to the bullpen to get warmed up too. The 0-1 is in there for a called strike, 2 to Franson, 0-2 count.
Another ball on the outside part of the plate. You got Thomas, who I assume he'll set up on the outside part of the plate on this pitch as well.
Meekum takes the lead at first, 2-step lead. There's the 0-2 from McClellan. Curveball misses up and in for ball 1 and a 1-2 count. Throw over to first, not in time. Almost crawling back safely was Meekum. Initial dive kind of fell short and scrambled toward the bag. Here's the 1-2. Messes up to Franson for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Franson showing some good patience after going down the count 0-2.
Two curveball swung on, high pop up to left field. Coming in is Williams, and he will make the play for out number 1. So an F7 for Camden Franson for the first out of the inning.
Which brings Rich to the plate. He's 1 for 1 He's had 2 base on balls, had a double, and he's scored 2 runs in the game.
So it brings Rich up. As you mentioned, is taking a lead at first is Meekum. 1 out in the inning. First pitch breaking ball, called strike 1.
McClellan doing a good job to get ahead of the hitter. His last 2 batters.
The 0-1 pitch. It's going to miss outside for ball 1, so 1 ball, 1 strike. With 1 out, runner on first. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fly ball into center field. Ludlow drifts back, settles underneath it, and makes the play for out number 2. So an F8 for Rich, flat to center field for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 outs and 1 on here in the top of the 7th. Union leading Canyon View 9-2 in this 3A baseball state championship game. That brings Cade France into the plate for the Cougars.
And Cade Franson, he is 2 for 3 in the game right now with also with 2 runs scored.
Throw to first, not in time. Diving back safely is Meekum. McClellan comes set. First pitch to Franson in the turf. Good block by Thomas behind the plate. Ball 1.
Yeah, really good job right there by Thomas.
The 1-0 curveball. Stays up and in for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 Franson with a hitter's count.
Here comes everybody back from the bullpen. Everybody's warm and ready to go.
Yeah, Roberts and Nilsson, Xander Nilsson both went down there. The 2-0. Swung on, fouled back to the screen for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Taking a lead at first is Meekum. 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike 2.
Good pitch coming right back there on the inside part of the plate to get Franson to swing over that one.
Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first here for Union at the top of the 7th, leading at Canyon View 9-2 in the state championship. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Franson will go down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning and the 3rd strikeout of the game for Chandler McClellan. Cougars get a runner on, but they do not score. No runs on 1 hit and no errors, and 100 left on base through 6.5. It is Union 9, Canyon View 2. The final half inning coming up next on TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now.
Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
We're back here at Salt Lake Community College's Kate Field as we go to the bottom of the 7th and final inning. Last chance for the Canyon View Falcons as they trail Union 9-2 here in the 3A Baseball State Championship. The Cougars looking for their first state title since 1989 in baseball. Canyon View will bring to the plate the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, and they're pinch hitting for Asher Slack. Kason Stoker stands in. First pitch, breaking ball from Tyson Marks, stays up for ball 1. So Stoker at the plate. Another breaking ball, stays up, ball 2. 2-0 hitters count for Stoker.
Throughout the tournament, Stoker, he's been the DH for the Falcons and coming into pinch hit right now.
Here's the 2-0. That one's low for ball 3.
So Marks has to try to work from behind again.
.30 pitch. That one catches the inside edge for a called strike 1 and a 3-1 hitters count. The 3-1. This is up for ball 4, so Stoker will draw the leadoff base on balls. And they'll bring Slack out of the dugout to re-enter and run for Stoker. So it'll be Slack on first base for Canyon View, and Coach Labram out of the dugout. He will take the ball from Tyson Marks, and a new pitcher coming. Gloves changing all around for the Cougars, as a new pitcher will be coming up next for the Union Cougars with a runner on first. No outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and the meat of the Canyon View order coming to the plate, with Union leading 9-2 in the 3A state championship on TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
Expecting a bundle of joy? Beaver Valley Hospital's new maternity wing is your local haven for life's special deliveries. Combining cozy comfort with top-tier technology, they bring big city medical excellence to the heart of Beaver with that small-town touch Beaver Valley Hospital is known for. Their full-service community hospital is your health partner from inpatient care, emergency, surgical, maternity, physical therapy, home health, and hospice. Beaver Valley Hospital is proud to support Beaver High School.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Welcome back here to Salt Lake Community College. Gavin Roberts takes over on the mound for the Union Cougars. They'll put Tyson Marks back at first base, and Camden Franson will move from first base to third base to replace Roberts. 1 on, no outs here in the bottom of the 7th for Canyon View. Union leading 9-2. And for the Falcons, they will bring Cannon Williams to the plate, followed by Brady Anderson and Zach Main with a runner on first. That's Asher Slack. First pitch misses high and away for ball 1 to Williams. Third pitcher of the day for Union. Dylan Wadahamaji got the start, followed by Tyson Marks. Now Gavin Roberts. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's in there for a called strike 1 and a 1-1 count. We talked about Gavin Roberts. He came into the state tournament last year against Canyon View and pitched an inning of no run, no hit ball.
Yeah, that's what Coach Labram's going to ask him to do today.
Swung on there, high fly ball to center. Labram drifting back, and he'll make the play for out number 1. So an F8 for Williams, flat to center field for the first out of the inning.
Well, 3 pitches and 1 out. He's doing what he's been asked to do.
Brings Brady Anderson to the plate.
Brady Anderson 1 for 3 on the day with a double into right field.
He's in on the left side. Big lead at first with nobody holding him on. Slack will take off, and there's no shot as they weren't even thinking about him over there, and they give up second base.
Right, that run means nothing right now. They just want to play their normal positions, try to get to make sure they can make an easy play and get the out at first base.
Back to his Hancock kind of went over the hold on the runner right now at second base. Coach Labrum just said, nope, get over, get in your spot.
Yeah, so easily could advance to third base probably if he wants.
The 0-1 pitch. Misses high and away for ball one and a 1-1 count.
They'll keep him there. They can score him from second on a single.
Next pitch is swung on. That's fouled to the left side, out of play. Strike 2 to Anderson and a 1-2 count. Slack at second base for the Falcons. Down to their final 2 outs. Trailing Union 9-2 here in the 3A state championship. Roberts comes set. The 1-2. Breaking ball. Anderson throws the bat at it. Ground ball up the middle. Filtered by Hancock. Throw to first in time for the 6-3 ground out and the second out of the inning. Slack moves to third on the play, but the Falcons are down to their final out. And the Cougars are 1 out away from being crowned the 2024 3A state champions.
Good play right there by Hancock, moving to his left. Just makes a really nice, clean play and a nice throw to first base to get out number 2.
Brings Zach Main to the plate for Canyon View.
Got the Union crowd on their feet right now.
Roberts sets. Breaking ball hits him. So it'll put runners on the corners with the hit by pitch as Zach Main has reached for the third time today. Coach Labrum out just to talk to his pitcher a little bit.
It's going to be no hold right here. You'll probably see Zach Main take off and go to second.
Jeter.
No hold, no throw. Oh, sorry, Jeter.
No, Jeter Sanders stands on the right side. First pitch swinging and a rope into left field for a base hit. That will bring Asher Slack in. And Jeter Sanders is pumped as he delivers the RBI single with 2 outs and keeps the game going a little bit longer.
Yeah, good hit right there by Sanders.
That will bring McClellan to the plate. Chandler McClellan now. He's in on the right side. 2 outs. First pitch from Roberts. Breaking ball. Catches the edge. Strike 1. Roberts again comes set. The 0-1 pitch. Misses low for ball 1. Good block by Rich. 2 on here for the Falcons. Runners at first and second. It's a 9-3 ball game. Union leading. Roberts trying to record the final out. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on. Ground ball to the left side. Hancock fields it. Throw to second is in time for the final out. And the Union Cougars are the 2024 3A state champions with a 9-3 win over the Canyon View Falcons.
Great play right there. Almost thought that there wasn't going to be anywhere Chase Nielsen was going to get there to cover that play, but he got there just in time, and they get the third out of the game right there at second base.
For the first time since 1989, the Union Cougars are the state champions. Coach Labrum out there letting him know. Great job. Go congratulate Canyon View on a well-played state tournament as well.
Yeah, you love to see the excitement. These kids play all year for this moment, and you congratulate the Union Cougars, and great job by Canyon View getting to this game. And they fought hard. They were clawing back tooth and nail, and that just wasn't to be this year for Canyon View.
Again, congratulations to the Union Cougars as Gavin Roberts leads the jumping for joy after giving high fives to Canyon View and the Union Cougars. Once again, the 2024 3A baseball state champions for the first time since 1989. They are state champions in baseball.
And that Coach Labrum now has obviously won one as a player and now wins one as a coach. Hit for Union.
Great year for the Cougars. They come in as the number 7 seed and battle a little adversity in here as there's backflips from a few of the Cougars on the right side down the first baseline. Now Jeff Clough from the UHSCA will give the Canyon View Falcons their runner-up trophy. A great season for Canyon View. They come in as the 4 seed, finish in second place here in the 3A baseball state tournament, and certainly should be commended for their play all week long. It's changing this format. It's a long 6 days, and a great week for Canyon View, great season for the Falcons.
Yeah, it's a long 6 days, and they're away from home all that time. And so it does, I'm sure, wear on the coaches, the players, the parents. But congratulations to Canyon View.
And now the Union Cougars will receive their state championship trophy. The 3 seniors on this Union team, after everyone had gone through the line, the 3 seniors came together for a big embrace. Again, one of them left the game due to an injury. That was Peyton Marks. Camden Franson delivered a 2-run home run, and Xander Nilsson was 3 for 4, getting hits in his final 3 at-bats, including a triple. He gave everything yesterday, running face first into the wall in left field in Game 1 of the state championship. And so those 3 seniors certainly were a big part of this state championship team for Union. And the younger guys came through. Sophomores, juniors, freshmen starting on the mound today. They came through and had a big state tournament as well, as the Union Cougars are crowned the 2024 state champs.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck for Union, but great senior leadership. And you hate to see Peyton Marks go out of the game with an injured left wrist, but he had a heck of a tournament. All these seniors did, so congratulations to those seniors and the whole Union Cougar baseball team.
They'll open the gate and let the crowd come celebrate with them. Talking about the superstitions, there were superstitions going on all week here for the Cougars, and I don't know if that's what got it done for them, but it never hurts.
I guess it doesn't hurt, but I think what got it done for them was good pitching, good timely hitting, getting base runners on, and doing the little things that make a difference.
Yeah, just great baseball played all week long for the Union Cougars as they are once again the 2024 3A state champions. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and give you the final stats on this game here from Salt Lake Community College's Cape Field on TeamHive.live, V6 Media, and KSL Sports.
At CVMC Medical Clinics, our growing team of physicians and advanced providers are shaping what rural healthcare can be. With an array of specialties available in world-class orthopedic medicine, our footprint is always expanding to ensure our personalized approach is reaching as many as possible. Familiar faces and expert knowledge, all of our locations can offer your family full-spectrum care in one place. Available in Nephi, Santaquin, and Fountain Green. CVMC is the place where healthcare is made personal.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
As a parent, you never want to see your child struggling with suicidal thoughts. But today, the threat is hidden deep within their phones. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents, Bark's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk?
We at Centricom want to help every family protect their children. Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, Sanpete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
Welcome back to Cape Field, Salt Lake Community College as the Union Cougars sweep through the best-of-3 state championship series with a 2-0 win over Canyon View, winning Game 2 9-3 this afternoon to become the 3A baseball state champions. First time they're the baseball state champions since 1989, their third ever baseball state title for Roosevelt. As the Cougars get the 9-3 win. Corey, your takeaway from this game and this series?
Well, the takeaway from this game is something that Coach Jacobson talked about just in his coach's comments with you. You can't give up base on balls. He had his horse on the mound, and Jackson Jensen just had a hard time, at times finding the zone and giving up, the Canyon View team or pitching staff ends up giving, by my count, 7 base on balls, 1 hit batter, and Union took advantage of every one of those. I mean, they had timely hitting, and they did what they needed to score runs. So that's kind of my takeaway from today's game is, and you know what? Then Union comes back, and I don't know for sure, but they might have thrown more base on balls today than they did in the whole tournament just in one game.
Yeah.
But they had their defense stepped up when they needed to, and they got some outs recorded. But just the bats came to life today for Union, and throughout this tournament, winning basically 5 games. Was it 5 games in a row, right?
Yeah.
To get the state championship victory. So, but I'll tell you what, my hats goes off to both teams, both coaching staffs. These coaches put a lot of time and energy into these kids. And they do it for very little pay, but they do it because they love the kids, they love the game, and oftentimes they're more than just coaches, but they're great examples to these kids. So to both these coaching staffs, congratulations. Thanks for what you do for these kids, and congratulations to Union for their first state championship since 1989.
Yeah. Pretty awesome, that's for sure. Of course, again, Coach Matt Labrum played on that team, and now he gets to coach the next state champion team here at Union High School. Let's look at the final numbers in this game for Union. They scored 9 runs, all of them earned on 10 hits today. They did leave 6 runners on base, and defensively they had 1 error in the game, did Union. And for Canyon View, they score 3 runs, all of them earned on 5 hits. They left 10 runners on base, did Canyon View, and no errors today for the Canyon View Falcons in this one. As far as the pitching stats goes, the freshman Dylan Watahamaji got the start. He went 4+ innings, getting the win on the mound, giving up just 1 run. It was earned on 2 hits, 1 strikeout to 3 base on balls. Tyson Marks came in for 2+ innings, giving up 1 run. It was earned on 2 hits, no strikeouts to 4 base on balls. And Gavin Roberts came on for the final inning, giving up 1 run. It was earned on 1 hit, no strikeouts, no base on balls for the Cougars. And then for Canyon View, Jackson Jensen got the start. He went 3+ innings. He'll take the loss, giving up 7 runs, all of them earned on 5 hits. He did give up 1 home run, had 5 strikeouts to 6 base on balls. Zach Main came in for 2 batters, giving up 1 run. It was earned, no strikeouts, no hits, and 1 base on balls. And then Chandler McClellan came in for the final 4 innings, giving up 1 run. It was earned on 5 hits, 3 strikeouts to 0 base on balls in that one. There's your pitchers today for these 2 teams. And what do you say about the freshman Dylan Watahamaji for Union? Came in a big spot to shut down Juab, and then just a few days later comes in to win the state championship.
Yeah, what a great state tournament for the freshman, and he looked good on the mound. He shows a lot of confidence. He shows a lot of maturity, and, and they're going to get him back for 3 more years. So he's going to do a good job for Union over the next 3 years.
Yes, he is, that's for sure. Looking at the hitters in this game, first off for the Cougars, Peyton Marks, 1 for 2 with the run scored. I think he broke his wrist on that run scored, but he got the run in. Chandler McClellan goes 1 for 1. I put Chandler McClellan.
Chase
Nielsen. 1 for 1 with a run scored. And McClellan's on the other team. Gannon Layram 0 for 1, but 2 RBIs and a run scored. PJ Hancock 0 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Gavin Roberts 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Tyson Marks 0 for 4 with an RBI. Xander Nilsson 3 for 4 with a run scored. Camden Franson 1 for 4, 2 RBIs, a run scored and a home run. Hayden Rich 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. And Kate Franson 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Once again, every spot in the lineup contributed to a run in the game, either scoring a run or driving in a run.
Absolutely. And when you have that much production from 1 through 9, your chances of winning are pretty high.
Yes, they are. That's for sure. So looking at the hitters for Canyon View in this one, they were led. Bubba Ludlow goes 2 for 4 with an RBI. Trenton Ludlow there. Cason Stoker was 0 for 0. His spot did bring in a run. He scored a run there in the final inning. And it was Jeter Sanders goes 1 for 1 with an RBI. Zach Main 0 for 1 with a run scored. And then Jaron Bradshaw 1 for 2 with an RBI for the Falcons in this one. And again, it was a hard-fought battle. You had obviously some controversy things happening in there that sometimes come with these emotional moments. You had we're assuming a broken wrist for Peyton Marks, an injured ankle for Cameron Calvez on the Falcons, on a collision at the plate. And we had everything in this one as Matt Labram gets the dump of Gatorade water over him. And gets a big hug from his players there. As again, they come out as the state champions here. But we had everything in this state championship, and it's the Union Cougars that come out on top.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of emotion, and we had really good crowds today. The crowds were emotional as well, but they came out to support their teams, to support their communities, and what a great day of baseball. It's just been, and we got a day where the sun was shining, and we couldn't have asked for a better day of baseball today.
Yeah. So once again, your final 9-3 Union over Canyon View as the Union Cougars are the 2024 3A state champions. Any final thoughts on the week or on the new format this year?
I really love the new format. I thought having those 2 brackets, the winners come and they face each other in a 3-game series. I thought it was very well played out, and you saw some good pitching, some good hitting. And I really like this format. First time I've ever been a part of it. I've watched it on the College World Series. You see this.
Yep.
But I really liked it.
Yeah. A lot of fun, and it's the Union Cougars that come out on top. The number 7 seed to number 1 as the state champions, and they'll be one to continue to watch. Again, the 3 seniors, but they had a lot of sophomores on this team that played big roles for them, and some juniors, and of course freshmen coming up. So there'll be another team to watch to continue into the future for the Canyon View Falcons. I mean, this is a team that's been so close the last 3 years. They were close at UVU 2 years ago. They were close at Salt Lake or at Kearns last year, and now they took another step each year, and they make it to the state championship this year. Just fall a little bit short, and they had a great group of seniors as well. Did this Canyon View team, but they've still got a lot of players they're bringing back as well.
Oh yeah, Canyon View. Don't sleep on that team. In the 2025 season, they're once again great coach and great coaching staff. And what this tells you is champions aren't crowned at the first of the season. You got to play all the way through, and there's going to be ups and downs in the season. Sometimes you get on runs and things go your way. Sometimes things don't. And this week, Union got on a run, and they made things happen. Things went their way. Canyon View, just these last couple games, just couldn't get that big inning. Just couldn't, get those runs across the board, and that's just that sounds like baseball, really.
Sounds like baseball. So congratulations again to the Union Cougars, the 2024 3A state champions. Really appreciate all the work done all week long. We had to have help in lots of places because of the change in venues and the weather problems. Appreciate those that work with the UHSA to make it still happen and go and get things done there. Appreciate BYU and Salt Lake Community College making it work when this whole team was scheduled to be at Gatesfield at Kearns High School. Ends up being most of it here at Salt Lake Community College and a few games at BYU. But Willie Akers, Nolan Anderson stepped in to pinch hit on games broadcasted when we had to separate, along with Cole Wissinger and David Brinkerhoff, and Joe Williams, Barrett Hilton, all getting the job done to help with that piece as well. Adam Coombs, he's been here all week doing a great job running the video stuff for us for Centricom, TeamHive.live, and for KSL Sports and V6 Media. And, of course, we've got a crew going down at softball, 3A and 2A state softball and 2A state baseball. But appreciate everybody that's been helping out with all of this. Corey, thank you for taking most of the week off as well. We had Ty Hill pinch hit for you for a day. Appreciate Ty hopping in on Wednesday to get the job done. But it's been a lot of fun, and thanks again for hopping on with us.
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me. And there's a lot of effort that goes into this. So thanks to everybody involved, all those people you just talked about.
And again, thanks to all of our sponsors that help make it possible as well. We couldn't do what we do covering high school sports if it wasn't for the great local businesses that help us bring you this coverage of high school sports. And we've got to give a big shout out to my wife, your wife. They put up with us a lot, and when you're gone all week, it makes it even harder. So thank you to them and our kids as well for their sacrifices.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
And then, of course, the guys back at the studio, Bo Lund, Jason Pipes, Doug Barton, they help make everything run. Brad James providing us with some valuable statistical information throughout the week. So we appreciate all of them. Again, a lot of people that go into it. Thank you to you for watching and listening, for being here. And again, to the coaches, players, parents, and fans. I'm Robert Lovell. Thank you for listening and watching. Have a great day and a great weekend, everybody.